What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know we get it in, right? But before we get it in today, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support I'm getting. We're going up and it's all because of you. I appreciate it. I'm humbled. So this Danny Masterson fucking case has taken a life of its own. I'm getting so many questions and so many people want me to kind of explain the situation he's in. I don't got an R on my jacket, so I can't explain exactly what's going through his mentality. And we've heard a lot of different stories about what he can possibly do to kind of ease himself into the yard and the discomfort of what he's going through. At the end of the day, we shall only see. But a loyal subscriber asked me to explain administrative segregation, the hole, where he's at right now. What's he going through? What's it like? So I'm going to give you guys the rundown exactly what it's like, tell you a few whole stories. And at a few whole stories, ain't that Wes Watson's lane? But at the same time, I'm going to give you guys the true rundown, exactly what it is and what he's going through. So administrative segregation at seg for Danny Masterson is horrible. Okay? It's not a lovely place. It's not the type of place that you want to find yourself in ever. Ad seg sucks, especially if you ain't got a strong mind. You have to be strong-minded because it's a lot of this. Nothing. Okay? I'm sure this guy has no celly. Of course, he's in suicide watch right now. So he's going to be dwelling there in that lab 24/7 with the schmuck on, which is like a dress that's big, heavy. They hook it up with some velvet shit from the back. And he's walking around that motherfucker pacing. Mad at the world. He went from that 70 show to that 70 hole, right? And so now he's fucked. He's in trouble. And now it's all about mind games. It's all about where his ment is at, where his mind is at. What exactly is he going to do to pass the time? Now, every administrative segregation in California is not the same. They're all different. Some, you're all going to be in a cell. It's going to be excluded and away, segregated from, of course, the main line or the yards. So you can count on him being safe so far, right? But as far as the yards in the holes, they're all different. I've been in Jamestown hole, Susanville hole, Tracy hole, Corcoran hole, just several different places, and they all are different. Some have group yards. Some are comprised of big cages, big yards. You go out to the yard, a group yard, right? With several other individuals, usually from your own section, people that are from like-mindedness on the same page, whether it be active sides or non-active sides. They're going to throw you out there, and best believe just because you're out there on the non-active side doesn't mean you're not going to get active, right? People will still handle business and fight. And what I mean by active and non-active in the state of California, due to prison politics, if you're active, that means you're an active gang member. That's what they consider you, and you're righteous, you're good, you're allowed to walk certain yards. If you're non-active, it means you're SNY or 50-50. I don't know. They don't have these yards anymore. Now they're all integrated. It's all the same from what I'm hearing, but back in my days, they would keep you segregated and separated from each other. And they would actually sometimes have active gang members working out on one side of the yard with the cage in the middle and non-actives on the other side. But they usually try to keep the times divided so that way there's no problems or issues, because there has been known for officers to open up keys and allow people to go on the other side. Not on purpose, allegedly. But it has happened. We've all seen the movie Shot Caller when the two guys ran at each other. Things happen, right? Did they happen a lot? Probably not. It's all Hollywood. But it does, right? I've seen it happen several times. So, now, he's on suicide watch, so he's not getting yard time. Danny Masterson is getting pace time. He's pacing in that cell, thinking about and reliving everything he's done in his life. And that could mess up your mentality. See, some people use that as a medication or a therapy. I know every time I was in the hole, I would walk back and forth, do my pacing, do my push-ups, work out, try to keep my mind off of what my situation was at that particular time. And you start to reminisce and think back on everything you've went through in life. And it either does one of two things. It either helps you out. God, it helps you, right? Or it messes you up more because you start wondering what's going on without you. What are you missing? Damn, hey, if you're like me and you were a real ex-convict, you don't even think about the streets. The streets get cut off at R&R. A real one, once he gets to prison, he leaves the streets behind. Yes, phone calls are cool, But most people don't even want to deal with that. Don't want to deal with visiting, don't want to deal with phone calls, especially if you're doing an extensive amount of time. What you want to deal with is what's right in front of you, which is a whole lot of nothing. But even then, in a whole lot of nothing, there could be a whole lot of drama. So Danny Masterson is not going to be safe for the rest of his life. Whether he transitions into being a woman and he goes to a woman's facility, there's going to be that drama there. Whether they put him out back on the yard, there's going to be drama there. But right now he's dealing with the drama and the trauma of being in ad seg. And it's a bleak existence. It sucks. Okay? You don't get to wiggle like if you're on the yard. You don't get a job. You don't get to establish a good cell and have it your way like Burger King. You don't get to do anything. You're in a cell with very, very minimal, I guess you would say, property. Most people that go to these holes, right when you get there, you get nothing. And like I say, every hole's different. Some, they'll allow you a little bit more than others. Most, you're not even going to get you're not going to get nothing but the bare essentials. You're not going to get sopitas. You're not going to get soups. You're not going to get beans. You'll get a whole lot of summer sausage depending upon who your cellie is. But you're not going to get anything other than cosmetics. And when I say cosmetics, it's the bare minimum. Some of these places will actually make you put your cosmetics in bags, or they'll place them in bags. So you'll get your deodorant taken out of the plastic device and it's placed in a bag. Toothpaste, the same thing. Shampoo, the same thing. So all you have in your cell is a roll of toilet paper. If you're lucky, usually it's half a roll. Or some of these places, they'll just give you little stacks of toilet paper after your roll runs out. And you'll get your cosmetics. And that's it. That's what you got. You'll get the pencil that's this big, a couple pieces of fucking reused recycled paper, and toma. There it is. Now, there are some holes that are a little bit better than others and a little bit more lax, so you'll get a little bit more property. So this is what Danny Masterson is going through. I don't know if he thought his money was going to buy him into lavish. I don't know if he's seen fucking movies like Goodfellas where they're eating steak and lobster, but that ain't the way it cracks in California. In California, you get a whole lot of this. Toma. There's a big fucking issue of toma, if that's what you like. And what do I mean by toma? I mean, toma. You get nothing. You got nothing coming. So it looks like this is what Danny Masterson is going to have to go through for a long time in order to maintain his lifespan. Okay? See, most normal people that go into the hole, they just do their whole time. It is what it is. They sit down for a little while, kick back on that tier, chop it up with a few people, fish a little bit. And it is what it is. They look forward to the shower time, the group yards. And again, I'm going to explain shower time right now to you and exactly what time it is. And that's it. You go do your whole time. You get your ride up. You're 115. They're going to tell you exactly how much time you have to do and whether you're being placed in the shoe after doing whole time, because you don't just go straight to the shoe unless you're validated. You do your time in the hole, and then you go to the next stage or step, which most likely, if you're really about that business, will be a shoe term. And then you'll be re-released to a yard, usually a whole different yard in a different part of the state of California. That's how it is, right? Now, with Danny Masterson is taking on a whole new turn and twist, because we're hearing that he's trying to grow his hair out and become Bruce Jenner, right? And if that's the case, you know, how long will they keep him in this particular section that he's at? Not very long. He has up to 10 days to dwell in that lab before they reanalyze and reevaluate the situation and figure out if they're going to keep him in the hole or if he's going to be placed in a different section of the hole. Now, if he's playing the dumb role, if he's telling people that he's crazy, more than likely he's going to be transitioned from the hole into the EOP yard, the EOP building. And it's worse there because now you have a whole bunch of J-Cats rubbing caca all over their face. You have a whole bunch of people licking up blood off the ground. The EOP building is the last place that guy wants to go to because just like any other prison, these guys will make him a target. And now you're in a fucking place with a whole bunch of known killers and people that are crazy, that have already lost their minds, have already given up the ghost, and are willing to give yours up. So Danny Masterson should and shall not go that route, because if he does, not only is he going to die slowly at the hands of some maniac, but they're probably going to shit and piss on him while they're doing it. It's crazy. So the guy also asked me, what's up with the showers? Does he get a shower every day? You must be kidding me, right? Let me explain to you. So showers in the hole go like this. They'll start at one side of the building, okay? And it's a very large building. It's usually a 270 design, the same design as any other building. So it looks just like the buildings outside on the main lines. But it's not that. What it is just a whole bunch of people in their cells pacing, like I said. But they'll start usually at one side of the building. There's 2 tiers, top tier, bottom tier. They'll start at one side and they'll go as they go. You usually get anywhere from a half hour to an hour, and that also is considered your yard time on shower day. So they'll start here from A to Z, and they'll usually get to B, right? So they'll do probably about 6 cells in that fucking time period, that shift. And usually the cops that are coming in for the next shift, the correction officers, will or will not run showers depending upon how they fucking feel that day, right? So once they start your showers, if you get a shower in the beginning, best believe you're not going to get a shower for another 3 days, because they have to go through it. And it takes a couple days for these showers, actually about 2 or 3. They have to run through everybody on the bottom tier shower, everybody on the top tier shower, and then it goes reverse. Then it'll start reverse. So you can shower today, and then maybe it'll be shower time in a day from now, and you're going to start first because they're going to go backwards, right? Depending upon what hole you're in. So you can go possibly a week without showering. You can go 3-4 days depending upon the fucking, how that fucking, how it's moving. Sometimes some of the guards will give you a quick 10-15 minutes. Hurry up, puto. In and out. And some of them will let you just chill in there. I've seen guys take showers and they'll be stuck in there for 2-3 hours. They're like, guard, can I go back to my cell when I'm ready? It's always about when they're ready, not when you're ready. See, when you're in the hole, you've lost all rights. Any right that you had, you've lost it pretty much. They're not going to do anything special for Danny Masterson where he's going to be taken out of his cell and given a shower daily. No, you don't get, and that's the thing that I've been answering, the question I've been answering a lot. Will he get special privileges? For what? If anything, it's going to be worse for him. He has an R on his jacket. None of these COs care anything about that 70s show. None of them give a fuck what awards he won or who he is. No one cares. Okay, if anything, he's a target from them too. They're looking at him like, you despicable ass motherfucker. And that's how they get down. I'm telling you, there is no one getting anything extra in the hole but old school convicts that got juice and are well respected. Now, if you're a prison gang member and you're respected, you'll get your shit on time. If you're fucking some actor from fucking the Fox Network with fucking an R on your jacket, there you go. That's what you got. I told you, they got an abundance of toma there. So that's pretty much what it is. Now, if this guy, Danny Masterson, is able to maintain in the hole, that takes a lot. I've seen so many people J-Cat out in the hole. I've seen so many people run their neck and bump baking soda breath on the door. That's usually where the wrecks come from. And I'm going to tell you guys a story that I've told before, but it kind of coincides with what Danny Masterson got going on, even though he's never going to see this part of the yard. And this is how it goes. So the one thing in the hole that kind of irked me and always got on my nerves was people bumping baking soda breath on the door. It's kind of like internet banging, right? There's always going to be that no matter where you go. You can go to the deepest, darkest dungeon, the hole in California prisons or any prison in any state. And there's always going to be someone running their fucking mouthpiece, their neck suck muscles, right? Running their neck on the tier because they're doing it out of boredom. They're trying to communicate with people. And the one thing you don't do, especially in the California prison system, is disrespect anybody on the tier. They're going to catch up to you, right? So if these people want to disrespect, then they're going to get disrespected with these. This is how it went for me. So usually I try to stay off the door. If I got something to pass next door, I'll bang on the wall. Hey, homie, real quietly. Hey, can you pass this for me? You could talk to your neighbor or whatever. Some people could talk to vents or through vents, depending upon, excuse my voice. I need some water. It's dry, right? Depending upon who your neighbor is, you could talk to him through the vents. If that's the DNA and the makeup of that particular prison. Every prison is different. So usually that's what I would do. But my communication would be like, I wouldn't do much, okay? When I was an active gang member and I was participating in the cause and with the people, of course, man, I was at that door every day, fishing, doing what I had to do to facilitate my conversation and my communication. So that way I wasn't incommunicado and everybody knew exactly where I stood, what business I was with. And that's just what it is. Those that needed to understand and get the communication got it. I made sure that happened. First thing you do when you go to the hole or any other prison, man, is make your fishing line because you're going to need to stay in the loop. Communicate. People share magazines. People got wheelas to shoot you. People want to shoot products, canteen, things that they have. They want to look out for you. If you want to go in there and get that and that's another thing. Okay, that's another thing. Don't depend on the cops to bring your cosmetics and think that they're going to dig through your property and pull out your deodorant and do all that. That's going to take time. So usually you have homeboys that are sitting on a nice little stockpile of shit back there in the hole and recognizing you for who you are when you get there. If you're active, non-active, it just depends. And they'll bless you with the care package. I've blessed Southsiders with care package. Southsiders have blessed me with care package. Yes, it happens even when I was active. Raza looked out for Raza. So if you have no one looking out for you, yes, you're going to smell like a whole fucking onion field. You're going to smell like garlic, Parmesan. You're going to smell like caca in the EOP building. Danny Masterson right now smells like Savoya. So that's just usually how it is. And especially if you have a weird case on your jacket, ain't no one looking out for you. No, 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 no. Don't think that them other weirdos are going to look out for you. No, this is mine. They're on some weird shit, right? So he ain't got nothing coming, man. That motherfucker ain't going to see speed stick anytime soon. He'll see slow stick before he sees speed stick. And that's facts. So anyways, back to my story. So I don't bump baking soda breath on the door. I had a celly. I'm now on the other side, meaning I was non-active, 50-50. So they sold me up with this Asian cat. He was cool, righteous, good celly man named Chucky, right? Little short dude, stocky. He was from down south, Southern California area. Not really into gangs like that, but was just a cool dude. How he found himself over there, believe me, I checked his paperwork quite extensively. Didn't have no weird shit, just decided, man, he didn't want to roll with politics of the others and do that shit. So now he's on the other side. Cool. Whatever his story is, I'll let him tell it. And he ain't here to tell that. So we're cool, right? We're probably in the cell about a month. And there was another Asian cat that was down the tier and they used to communicate. So he'd get on the door and they'd chop it up. Light conversation. We were on the bottom tier. Wasn't that big. But at night, right, when the evening came, people used to pop that popcorn on the yard or on the fucking tier. So you'd have a lot of people communicating and screaming back and forth. Well, at this fucking particular prison, there was I almost fucked up, right? There was a guy that identified as a woman, right? He was actually an Uso, big Samoan dude. Usos, don't get mad at me, brothers. I don't know why, but this motherfucker did that, right? Not ugly, too. This motherfucker was ugly. He looked like a big old fat, flat tire, right? So he was upstairs and he had little boyfriends. Yes, that's the way it went, man. I'm sorry. I know. I was as shocked as you are right now, right? And there was this little white guy that he used to talk to next door, man. And they were in some type of fucking relationship, I guess. They were both in the hole for being caught doing bad things to each other. I don't know why they didn't separate them, but they like to keep them close. So anyways, they're arguing on the tier. Arguing, screaming, yelling, fighting, going back and forth. And my cellie is trying to communicate with his friend downstairs. And I'm upstairs, I'm downstairs, up on my cell, up in my bunk reading a book. Bomb-ass Sidney Sheldon book. Master of the Game, right? So I'm all into my shit. He's doing his shit. Like I said, in the whole, the administrative segregation, there's a lot going on. Even back there, where there ain't a lot going on, there's a lot going on, right? So people had been asking this domestic situation if they could quiet it down. Of course, they're not hearing no one. They're too busy trying to sniff balls. So they're upstairs arguing, and the Asian homie is like, hey, bro, he tells the white guy, who happened to be an ex-Crip, right? He's like, hey, bro, can you do me a bottle? The white dude's like, what? He was like, hey, can you shut the fuck up? Like, respectfully. And they start to go back and forth woofing. Now I tell my cellie, hey, bro, I don't get down like that. Let that shit go. Let it go, bro. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Hear that shit all night. You're screaming and there's going to be an issue, right? And then all of a sudden I hear the white guy say, fuck you and your cellie. Autobot, right? I transformed into a maniac. So I come to the door. But again, I have respect. I'm an ex-convict. I know what about doing whole time, right? Danny Masterson, here's the game. So I fucking went up to the door and I'm like, hey, bro, can I get at you? He's like, what? Right? High power. Hey, bro, I ain't got no issue with you. What's up, man? Fuck you. Okay, I'm going to see you on your yard. Long story short, I've told the story before. We ended up making it to group yard, right? He didn't go for a couple weeks, and it's hard to meet up with people, but when he eventually did, I rushed him on the spizop, right? Got shot with the rubber bullet gun 8 times in my back. True story. Fucked me up, right? But when your adrenaline's pumping, you can't really feel it. Boom, 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 boom. I'm getting shot up on him, right? Unilateral assault right off the top, man. He didn't even get a chance to swing on me. I snatched his ass, right? I remember the homeboy that was there with me was like, let's get him. I said, I got him. Snatched him, right? He was just a little skinny thing. He looked like Milk 7-4, right? I was bashing his head into the gate. So anyways, I'm on him. Back then, I used to be on swole, right? So I'm fucking this shit up. They come hit me with the OC spray, drop me. Done. Done deal, right? I was able to get a write-up for a mutual combat just because the officer that was in the tower that hit me with non-lethal rounds, which were rubber bullets, in the hole. I got lucky, right? Because there ain't no warning shots in there, but luckily they did that. He came to my cell apologizing, saying he was Christian for doing that. And of course, he wrote me up for a mutual combat, which was a blessing because I didn't get a new charge. DA didn't pick it up, a DA referral, none of that. I can go deep into how it is in the hole, but that's what it is. So anyways, back to fucking curly-headed fucking Daniela masturbates, right? Raperson. He's not going to see none of that. So he'll be safe for now. Okay, but the next phase of either his transition or what he's doing is going to start to happen rather sooner than later. Because you only have a certain amount of time to sit there and play stupid and play stir crazy, right? Now, I've seen a lot of people in the hole play the role as crazy to get where they wanted to go. And then I've seen a lot of people literally go crazy. See, it ain't for the faint-hearted and the weak-minded. The hole does something to someone. It desensitizes you. It fucks your vision up. There's not very many ex-convicts that have gotten out of prison that don't wear glasses because you're only seeing from here to there. There ain't much to see. You're constantly looking out of your door if you have a window to see who's on the other side of that building. Your only entertainment is watching guys come in and out of the hole. There is no TVs. There is no none of that. There is no music. You get nothing. You get a fucking piece of slow stick deodorant, like I said, and fucking your balls and your chorra, and that's it. And you do what you will with that. That's it. Will this guy be subtle with anyone? No. I'm sure they've already hit him with that soft shoe chrono, literally. And Danny Masterson is going to sit there and his entertainment for the day is going to be pacing, thinking about Mila Kunis's no ass that she had. That's it. That's what he got coming. So for those that asked, or the guy that asked me, what is it like in ad seg? It's different in every ad seg, but pretty much that's the makeup of it. You got a whole lot of nothing coming. And it drives people crazy. I've seen them. I've seen a guy come out and look at me and fucking a piece of shit fell out of his mouth. And I was like, damn, tell that about to the wipe, right? Anything you could think of that drives a man crazy, maximize that times 10. And that's what that does. Because especially if you have no celly. See, if you have a celly, it's cool. You guys can chop it up. You guys start realizing and understanding your guys' situation. And it's fucked up when you're in the hole, man, and your celly leaves before you because now you have to get a new celly, get readjusted and reaccustomed to his thing. You know what I mean? You have to smell that guy's caca. It's just a lot going on. It's kind of cool being single-celled if you're an ex-convict that knows how to fucking stick to his own. Because you could just read your books, do your own time, pray, whatever you do, right? Whatever you're into. But I like to have a celly. I'm going to be honest with you. I like to have a celly because I like kicking cool conversation, telling jokes, having fun, maintaining inside that cell. Someone to clean, you know, hey, bro, you got the next couple days. I got the couple days after. Usually when you go to shower time, if you have a celly, they'll take you guys together, man. You guys go to yard together. It's just cool, man. You got a taita, you got a road dog to roll with. What's up, big dog? And that's just how it is. When you don't have that, man, you're on your own, some and lonesome, like Daniela Bates is going to be. And he's going to be walking all funny. And best believe, they can't keep you away from everything. Everyone's going to be on him. They're going to be watching him, looking at him. And that, I think, hurts more than people actually stabbing you, right? Is people looking at you, clowning you, talking shit. If they can spit at you through the side of the door, they're going to try that. And F, depending upon what CO was there, man, you know, they have the keys. You know, I've seen people literally get sat down in the middle of the day room, right? And then other people getting taken out and rush him. So don't think he's quite safe, man. Don't think that this fucking role he's playing, even if he's transitioning to be, well, this ain't the first time. You think that within that time of him growing tits, they're not going to fucking throw him out there in the tier one time? For his mind, anything can happen. Don't be surprised if you get breaking news. Danny Masterson just got boned on the tier by a fucking big guy, right? Because it can happen. Anyways, I hope that, you know, you guys enjoyed this content and the stories. They're all true. It's facts, man. That's exactly what it is in the whole administrative segregation. Now, if you're gang related, you're active, it's a little bit of a different stilo, a little bit of a different thing. You got it going on and you got business to attend to. But on the non-active side, which is going to be Danny Masterson's side, oh yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of drama, a whole bunch of yelling and spitting and cussing and fighting and busting and Vatos, it's the Wild Wild West. There's no rules. There's no one to answer to. These big prison group organizations that don't have domain over these guys. These guys have all made the subconscious or the conscious decision to get the fuck away from that, man. And it's worse over there. So Danny Masterson is definitely in a hellhole. He is the bottom of the barrel. And people say, well, his money will buy his money. Doesn't count. It's monopoly money. The only thing that counts in prison is not money and all that, unless you're on the main line where having money does make it better. The only thing that counts for is fucking nothing. And the only thing that does count is your word and your respect. And if you ain't got that, Holmes, then you got busted ass cheeks. And that's just what it is. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get every single thing that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive to struggle, to struggle to strive. I love it when my subscribers ask me questions. If I can answer them, I will. If I can't, I won't. You guys are probably wondering, why is Gunner doing more videos on this channel than the other channel? Reason being, I'm playing catch up with a tomato in my back pocket. I already got that channel up to 100K. I hit my goal. I did what I wanted to do. So I want to get this one up. So let's get this one up together. All my loyal people that fuck with me, man, I'm still going to be dropping jewels over there of the Nile. You know what it is. But over here, I'm going to be dropping lugs, bang, bang, and slugs. Thumbs up and thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and struggle, and strive for what I honestly and truly believe in. And that's giving you guys the best possible entertainment I can. Some of the dope content that's on here on YouTube, I've done put out there. I respect it. Shout out to everyone. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'm humble. You know what I mean? I'm stuttering. That's how humble I am. And it's all real life. Bang, bang. Look at the new intro.